quit. Start that elevation. This that process. This that in the making. This that started from the bottom. This that motivation. This that opportunity. Me in preparation. All I know is win. Feel like Gary Payton. This that process. This that in the making. This that started from the bottom. This that motivation. Win. All I know is win. I learned from my losses. I won't do that shit again. Y'all know I just really, this is my first time really hearing this song. Like the full song, the whole song. I've heard snippets of it on Instagram and Facebook. But I was like, let me download this motivation song. This little homie here, Spiritual Tony. I like this. Y'all hear the words he's saying? No excuse when it comes to your goals. You gon' find a way. If you never quit when talking hard, you gon' elevate. It's gon' happen when it's supposed to happen. It ain't never late. Don't you worry about when it's gon' happen. You just preparate. I'm just trying to see my preparate, baby. Trying to motivate. Keep working on yourself like every day. Don't take no days off. If you stay true to everything you want, watch how it pays off. Working on my dreams like I'm afraid of getting laid off. Work on inner peace and watch that pain you feel fade off. Let's get it. Just that go and get it. Did y'all hear what he said? He said, hold on. He said, work on inner peace and watch that pain you feel fade off. Did you hear that? That was a major buy. Some of y'all got issues, right? When you work on your inner peace, baby, like nothing matters anymore. Man, I'm like, I'm like, how did I not hear this song? This that motivation. This that opportunity. Me in preparation. If any of y'all, I'm telling you right now, you need to put this on speed play. Okay, I've been playing this all day long. When I need to get pumped up and rejuvenated, I just put this song on and this that motivation. Hey, what up? Late night session. I got taxes to do, so while I'm here, I decided to jump on. I'm still down right now, but Facebook, y'all been pretty nice these last couple of days. I'm proud of y'all and the people that we're reaching right now. So of course I always kind of talk about business because I'm a business owner. This live I kind of opened up to other topics as well. I know yesterday I kind of talked about strictly being a business owner from a business owner perspective. But I put a couple of videos out on Facebook recently, like credit video regarding the auto loan. I've talked about starting your business, the 4 steps. YouTube, I don't know if we shared that information with y'all recently or not. A lot of these videos I had on TikTok, and I'm kind of just posting content that I have on TikTok on other platforms. So I have to check that if we did that or not. If we didn't, then we'll make sure we put that out on YouTube. So I am streaming on YouTube, Patrice L. Stewart. I am also streaming in our Patreon group. And then I'm also right now on Facebook. So like I said, it's a late night session. Usually people who are up at this time at night are usually business owners. Usually somebody that's thinking of an idea or a master plan, trying to figure out a passive income stream. Those of y'all, that's usually who is up at this time of night. You thinking of a master plan, right? So, and it's usually a lot of business owners. If you're not a business owner, then you got the mindset of a business owner because you're up thinking of a master plan, right? You're trying to figure out how I'm getting ready to take this tax money because Miss Patrice told me this year, when I get my taxes, I need to not go buy bags. I need to be buying a vending machine or a mobile home. I need to be putting this money into something that's going to make me more money. So now some of y'all are up and thinking, like, what should I be doing right now? Figuring out how I'm going to flip this tax money that I'm going to get, or how I'm going to flip this paycheck that I'm going to get, or how I'm going to flip this settlement that I'm going to get, right? So, show open Q&A. What y'all got? If y'all got questions. Remember, no question is too big or small. There is no dumb question. If you're new, if you're seasoned, I'm still going to be entering taxes at the same time. If we get a little interaction, cool. If we don't, then hey, I'll log off and y'all have a good night and we'll come on tomorrow for Finance Friday. All right. I do want to say this though. I did recently put out a video on Facebook regarding how you can pretty much get an auto loan without having to pay down payment and all of that stuff. That's on the credit side. Yesterday, like I said, we did a kind of we did kind of like an open QA session for business owners. So if I got business owners on here tonight, let's roll. Let's roll. What you got? It's also getting ready to be Friday. So my business owners, if you all have not made any sales, it's the first 2 days of Black History Month. Okay. But we already on the fourth day of the week, ending the fourth day of the week. So it's the end of the week. So if you are in the lab community, what do I teach you? You should have sales goals set for Monday through Friday. And then you should be analyzing if not every day, at minimum, you should be looking at Monday. What did you do? Midweek, Wednesday, what did you do? Friday, tomorrow, you will be looking at what did you do? If you are a business owner, you should have sales goals. That's the only way you're going to make sales. That's the only way you're going to focus on building is if you actually create and have sales goals. If y'all don't have sales goals for your business, you're not winning. I'm on here to remind you, right? The whole point of being in business is to make money, right? So how are you going to make sales if you don't have a game plan, if you don't have an action plan? All right. So one of the things that I do, we take this big, huge piece of paper I've shared with you all. Part of building business credit is you can utilize these boards, right? I ordered these boards from Quill. I haven't ordered them from Quill recently because Quill was not reporting last year. They stopped reporting to Dun and Bradstreet. So if you didn't know that, I don't know if they back reporting or not, but I haven't ordered from Quill in a while because they stopped reporting. The whole point of business credit is to get it reported. So I'm not buying from companies if they're not reporting to Dun and Bradstreet. So Quill did shut down reporting to Dun and Bradstreet for a while. So we've been ordering from Summa Office Supplies. But as a business owner, if you have a business credit account, you can order these. These are these big post-it notes that I talk to y'all about all the time. You see this all across my office in the background, right? You can't see it, but Facebook can. So, right, all of those. This is why I have all of those notes and things like that. Because what you have to do is you have to create. All right. If you guys are not writing things down, if you're not creating sales and ideas and ebooks, and how are you making money? That's why some of y'all got LLCs and you ain't made no money all year. Or you telling me you got an LLC and you haven't made no money. All right. We talked about that. You having the LLC is whack and weak if you're not making no money. I don't want to say whack and weak. I'm sorry. Let me not say that. It's really whack for you to have an LLC for a whole year and you haven't made no money. That means you're not focused. That means you don't have a game plan. That means you don't have an action plan. Because again, the point of putting a business on paper is because that business is planning to be in business and make some money. All right. So the worst thing is for you all to have these companies for a year, but then you haven't made any real money. So that's for me. I'm big with getting to the numbers, right? Knowing and understanding your numbers. You may say, well, Patrice, what does creating your sales goals look like? All right. Creating your sales goals is literally whatever your job or business is. So for me, I'm a tax and business strategist, right? On average, if I'm doing a business tax return, if I want to make $5,000 this week, this is how it go. If on average, my business clients who are corporations and LLCs pay $750 for LLCs, and on average, corporations start at $1,000, right? If they're an S corp, they start at $1,250. So if I know I need to make $5,000 this week, that means I need to be talking to 5 business owners who I can connect with and file their taxes at $1,000 a piece, right? So my sales goal for the week could be 5 business tax clients, right? I also do consultations and one-on-one coaching, right? So if I say, okay, well, my one-on-one coaching for 4 weeks is 2,500, right? So I could say, okay, all I need to do is book one coaching client this week. Now I'm at half my goal. Now I only need to book two business clients for tax returns. Now I made my $5,000 sales goal. You get what I'm saying? So your sales goal is going to be dependent on your pricing structure, what you're offering, what is your product or service. If you're somebody that's selling baskets, maybe you're selling baskets at $100 a pop, right? If your sales goal for the month is to do $5,000 and you selling $100 baskets, right? You need to sell 500, 50. Right. You need to sell 50 baskets at $100 a pop in order for you to make your $5,000 a month sales goal. So this is how you start creating sales goals. Sales goals, one, are going to start with your product or service. Two, your sales goal is going to be dependent on you, right? You're going to create that sales goal number. Everybody number in business is different for them. So like I said, if you know you want to make $5,000 this month, you have to take that sales goal, divide that by the number, the cost of your product, and that's what lets you know how many sales you need to do. So just like I said, if you're selling baskets at $100 a pop, you got to sell 50 baskets this month. Now, the other thing that you could do is you can break that down by the day or by the week. For my business mentees, I personally, if you're not used to doing this, I personally think you should have daily sales goals. If you don't do daily, I think you should have weekly sales goals. But if you're brand new to business, I don't recommend you doing monthly sales goals because it doesn't put you in a mindset of you needing to make this money, right? When you actually have daily and weekly sales goals, then it puts more of a fire under your belt to make sure that you're doing those goals. Same way when I was hustling purses. When I was selling purses for $50 to $100 a pop, my goal was I had to make $300 a night. I could not go home until I made $300, right? So that means, all right, I got to go hit up the nail shop on 79th Street. I may have to hit 5 nail shops to make those 2 to 3 sales that night. You know what I'm saying? But that's how sales goals work. Sales are broken down by what's the product or service that you're selling, divided by the amount of money that you want to make for that month, that day, that week. And so just to keep it simple, we'll do monthly sales goals. But like I said, I really feel like if you're not used to making money, you need to have a daily and a weekly sales goals. It will put a better fire under you to understand how to get to the money. Because again, a lot of y'all on here, and the facade is you have a business, right? Because you have a logo or whatever it is you're doing. But if you're not making any money, you're not in business. All right. And so the whole point of this is to be in business. Now, I've given you a couple of tips there. What other do you got any questions now? Because I think all of y'all don't have no questions. I haven't seen no questions. I see a couple of y'all joining, but do you have any questions? Future Nurse Shells is on YouTube. Great, you have a question. Can you explain what exactly is a DUNS number and how important is it? So a DUNS number is a number that is issued by Dun and Bradstreet. Dun and Bradstreet is the largest business credit reporting company. All right. So you have Dun and Bradstreet. Short term, we call it DNB. If you ever hear people say DNB, that's what it is. Dun and Bradstreet. That's the name of it. That's a DUNS number. All right. How important is it? It's important because a lot of business companies pull a Dun and Bradstreet report to kind of look at your credit history and your credit report. All right. So there are other companies like Equifax Business Credit, Experian Business Credit, and then you have Dun and Bradstreet. Dun and Bradstreet is more than likely the most pulled credit report. So when you're ready to start actually building business credit and you have lines of credit, credit cards, loans, net 30 accounts, all of those are reported to Dun and Bradstreet. Not all of them, depending if the company reports, because every company that you set up does not report to Dun& Bradstreet. Every company doesn't report, to Equifax. Every company doesn't report to Experian. But many do. Right. So that's a good question, Nurse Shells. So thank you for that, for chiming in. We're a little quiet tonight on Facebook. So let's see. I got work to do. So if y'all don't got no questions, I'm getting off of here. How long I've been on here? 15 minutes. There we go. That was my TED Talk for 15 minutes. Nurse Shells, do you have any other questions before I get off of here? Because we don't have any other questions. And I don't like to just be sitting here talking. If you're not interactive, then I'm going to get off. I got work to do. Money to make. Sales goals. I have a sales goal to commit to tonight. So if y'all quiet, then I'm going to get back to the money. Let me know, Nurse Shells, and then I'll log off. If that sufficed your question, or if you have any other questions after that. I'm going here and cut on. It's that motivation. Get this money built. It's tax time. Best way to build business credit. In a nutshell, it's two ways to build business credit. One is the longer way, which is setting up net 30 accounts. The net 30 accounts where you're going to order a product, like I said, from some place like Quill or Summa Office Supplies, Crown Office Supplies, Quill, Uline, Granger. All of these are different type of vendor accounts that you can set up, right? With that is a slower process. So you're buying from these companies, and then they're going to report to Dun & Bradstreet. So then probably within 3-4 months, you should have a Dun & Bradstreet score. Within a 6-month period, you definitely could be at an 80 Paydex score with Dun & Bradstreet. As far as the best way to do it, what some people do, if their credit is good and you don't have a problem with using your credit and personally guaranteeing credit cards or loans, then that's what some people do. They just go straight to the money, right? So it's a big difference between business credit and business funding. That's what I'm gonna say. All right. So business funding is when you're dealing with loans and credit cards and lines of credit. That's funding, right? Business credit is those net 30 accounts. And I think sometimes we try to lump those two together, and they're not really the same. Funding and credit, lines of credit are kind of, two different things in the business credit world. So those are the ways that I would say. I do actually have a couple of videos on my YouTube channel, Nurse Shells, that talks about 5 net 30 accounts that you can do. It's the videos where I have the makeup and I'm sitting in my chair with my rose flower behind me, and I have like 5 videos with different topics on that. But the 5 steps to building business credit is in that funnel. All right, Facebook, tonight y'all quiet. I'm gonna log off here. Right now we got Nurse Shells asking a couple of questions on YouTube. But if y'all quiet over here and you don't have any questions, then I'm gonna log off. All right. Thank you, Nurse Shells. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being interactive. Because like I said, I like interaction. This is what we used to on TikTok. That's why I'm on TikTok the most, because I would have had 100 questions already if we was on TikTok. So I'm actually kind of missing TikTok on. We'll be back there on Saturday. Okay. But yeah, thank you for chiming in, Nurse Shells. Appreciate those questions. All right. And we are almost at 20 minutes. It's getting ready to count down. So 30 seconds and I'm off. If we don't have any other questions, then I will leave. I gave you a couple of tips on sales strategies. So there you go. You can utilize that. And we'll be back on another day. Rebel, mine, what's going on? Thanks for letting me know that you was typing, so that way I didn't cut you off over here. Feel like Gary Payton, it's that process, it's that in the making, that started from the bottom, it's that motivation. I said, all right, little homie. Working on my mind. Yeah, you know what I'm about. We can't take no break. Not today. We got moves to make. They cannot dictate the moves you make. So you choose the way. Meditate before I start my day. So I'm super straight. No excuse when they come to your goal. You gonna find a way. If you never quit when times get hard. Okay, so for my course that I'm offering soon, can you tell us what you'll be offering and the payment plan? So the course that I'm offering is called Solo to Squad. With that, there's a pilot program because I'm launching it officially in June, but I'm gonna do a pilot program like the end of April, which will be an 8-week program. The Solo to Squad, pretty much, we're teaching you and educating you from how to go from a solo entrepreneur to a team, right? So we're going over tax strategy, we're going over marketing strategy, we're going over sales and systems and automation. We're pretty much showing you how to literally go from by yourself to having a whole team, to hiring virtual assistants, to hiring graphic designers, marketing people, all of these different people that can work for your business, that can help you grow your business, and for very little amount of money, very little cost. A lot of people think it's really expensive to hire a virtual assistant, but you can literally get a virtual assistant for a nice penny. Okay. Um, so I mean, I have a whole, sales page and everything that will really explain it to you in detail. But also with this particular program is live. So as a lot of times when you guys buy programs and courses, they're pre-recorded. This is a live program with me. Also, I have other educators coming in and speaking to you and educating you. We're also going to talk to you about stuff like setting up your LLC in other states, how you can protect yourself, and not having because a lot of people right now, the way you set up your LLC is you'll go on and you'll put your name and information out there, right? But you can set up companies, LLCs, corporations without people knowing that you own it, right? So you're protecting your name and things like that, especially as you start growing. In the beginning, it's okay to do that, but once you actually start growing and making some money in your business, then a lot of us do restructure our businesses to where things are hidden, right? You want to put trust in place. So, like, I had to restructure all of my stuff this last year because now I'm transitioning from my name being on my corporation to now you not knowing who owns my corporation, right? My trust owns things, my holding company owns things, right? So these are some of the strategies and the ways that we'll teach you also in Solo to Squad how to build and grow once you start making money and growing in your business, how you can kind of set things up. Right. So it's a lot. It's a 12-week program long term, but the pilot program will be an 8-week program. And we'll probably meet twice a week on that program. So everything will be recorded. If you can't miss a class, then of course you'll have access to it. But it's a lot of different things that we'll be going over in that. As far as payment plans, I will be taking those probably. We'll have some type of early bird offer, probably like March, where I'll actually be offering like a payment option for those of you all who need to go on a payment plan, because the payment plan will have to be paid before, of course, we get started. So I may actually offer something by the end of this month on as a payment plan option, so you could start being on that to be prepared, because we'll probably actually start getting in class in April. Tax season will slow down for me in April, but February and March are really, really heavy months. So I'm not doing any kind of long-term extended coaching like that in these 2 months. So the goal is to have it launched and released maybe by the end of this month, beginning of March, for you all to start getting into the early bird offer for that. Is it true that you can LLC a room in your home? I've never heard of LLCing a single room in your home. Now, are you asking, is it true that you can rent out a room in your home? Yes, that's possible, but I've never heard of renting of LLCing a room in your home. I've never heard that. Yeah, I don't get that at all. Why would you be LLCing a room in your home? Now, if you want to rent a room in your home, right? People do that because we have people that have Airbnbs and they rent either their back room, they rent their pool house, they rent out their basement, right? You can create a formal LLC or company to do that, and then you're renting out one room in your home. Maybe that's what you meant to kind of ask me. Maybe you typed it wrong. Maybe you did mean you heard that before, but yeah, I've never heard that. That's not true. You said the reason I asked is because I turned a storage space into an office space. Okay, so if you have a storage space in your home that you turned into a formal office space, you can take the home office deduction. Okay, that's a tax deduction. Um, and you don't have to formally have an LLC to do that as long as you actually have a business and you're running a business out of that home office in your house. That's how that will work. But yeah, it's not necessarily that you're LLC in that one room. That's that's the thing though. And then too, when you do the home office deduction, it does have to be like you said, a dedicated room. So if you turn the storage facility into an actual home office, then yeah, you could qualify for the home office deduction. And that is filed on the Schedule C form. It's a form within the Schedule C form that you can claim the home office deduction. Just that go and get it. All right, Facebook, I'm logging off. I recently got an LLC for a home base. All right, Facebook, I'm logging off. Um, okay. All right. Now, yeah. Thanks for letting me know, Rebel. Um, you said I recently got an LLC for a home-based business, medical coding. I should use my home address for the tax home-based business deductible, correct? My audience are doctors and physicians. I recently got an LLC for a home-based business, medical coding. I should use my home office for the tax home based deduction, correct? Yes, if you have a formal home office, a office dedicated for business in your house, then yes, you are able to use the home office deduction. That's the best way that I can answer that because I don't know everything that you got based off what you're saying to me. That's the best way that I can answer that, especially if you have an actual LLC for medical coding and billing. And your audience is doctors and physicians. Yeah. Then yeah, that definitely qualifies. Okay. That definitely qualifies. Definitely qualifies, Nurse Shields. All right. I didn't want to do past 30 minutes. So it's coming up on 30 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and log off because I do got a couple more tax returns to do before I get out of here tonight. I will be back on tomorrow for Finance Friday. I don't know exactly what I'm talking about just yet, but I will be on at some point tomorrow. I don't know exactly when either. It probably won't be this late. I had so many appointments today. I'm literally just getting to really take a break and a breather. The courses that you spoke about, can we pre-order? So yes, Rebel. So that's what I'm doing. I noticed that you guys are kind of pretty ready for this. So what I'm gonna do probably is by next week, probably this weekend, I'm gonna get with my marketing team, and then that way we need to finalize the sales page. But once we finalize the sales page, then I'll open it up to where you guys could do the early bird offer, or you can start doing the payment plan. So probably by Monday, I'll have a link up for you guys to act who's actually interested in the 8-week coaching. Because like I said, I'm going to run it as a pilot program. So I'm going to do it as a pilot program because I want to get some of you all's feedback on, you know, how we're doing it, what the information that we're going over. I want to kind of do some surveys and stuff. And then I'm going to relaunch it at a higher price and offer in probably in June or July. It'll probably be July because we're going to run this pilot program from April to May. And then I'm going to shut down for June, the month of my birthday. And then we'll get back started doing the coaching and education again in July. So that's the goal and the plan. So we'll start formally probably, like I said, April and May for your 8 weeks for the pilot program. And then I'm going to relaunch it for as a full 12-week program at the full price that I really want for it. Because again, it's live. I'm not doing a bunch of pre-recorded stuff with y'all. So I actually thank you for the both of you all being interested in it. I will say at minimum, make sure that you're on my email list. So I'm going to type that here because we will be sending out the offer to my clients that are on the email list first. So I just typed in the email list. Make sure that you both are subscribed to the email newsletter because we definitely will let you all know there first before I even get on the internet and even talking about it, that it's official. But yeah, I'm going to try to get that sales page wrapped up by this weekend because we have had a couple of you guys ask and reach out about that. Can you just get started or start making a payment on it now? I like that. I like that y'all ready for this growth. So definitely jump on the email list for me. I also put the information in here on how to work with me. So I put the booking link up, work with Patrice. And then this is also classes and offers. Okay. Thank you, Rebel Man. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Okay. Have a good night, y'all. Talk to you soon.